Hello, this is Angela Anderson. Thanks for joining me for this acrylic painting tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint some carnations. This is a new series we're going to be doing all year long, 2019 Flower of the Month. So the flower of the month of January is the carnation, and we're going to be doing that on a little mini 5-inch canvas today. And I'll show you step by step how to do it from start to finish. Got my husband, Mark, with me.
Hey there, everybody.
He's man in chat for our live show, so you have questions, you can ask those while I'm painting. Let's get started. Alrighty, so here's our little 5-inch canvas. This is a Fredrix gallery wrap canvas. They have these little, I really like that they're thicker width, so you can stand them up on their side. They don't even need a frame or anything like that. But we're going to be doing 12 of these. So we'll have 12 of these left over at the end of the year. You can place them however you want to on your walls, or put them all over your house if you want to. 12 of them. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. And we'll just kind of try to unify the color scheme by doing the background similar colors. And that way you can they'll kind of all go together that way. These are kind of a preview of some of the ones that we'll be doing. So January is carnation, February is irises, March is daffodils, daisies. For April, May is lilies. June, roses. July, delphiniums. August is gladiolas. September is asters. October is marigolds. November is mums, and December is narcissus. So we'll have lots of fun this year. I'm really looking forward to doing this. And we'll have like little mini vases. Each of them will be in a kind of a different little pot or something like that. I'm not sure I'll use these exact photos. Some of these are Shutterstock, so I haven't purchased the rights to them yet. So we'll see. I'm not sure if we're going to be using those exact ones, but at least that gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing to look forward to. Hopefully you'll be painting these along with me this year. All right, let me go over our colors really quick. We've got Zinc White, Titanium White, Unbleached Titanium, Quinacridone Magenta, Cadmium Red Medium, Cadmium Yellow Cadmium Yellow Medium, Yellow Oxide, Phthalo Green Yellow shade. This is Turquoise Phthalo, or Phthalo Turquoise, Phthalo Blue Green shade, and Dioxazine Purple, Burnt Sienna, Burnt Umber, and Carbon Black. This color can be mixed with phthalo and blue and phthalo and green. So if you don't have turquoise, you can just mix it ahead of time. And you can use whatever colors work for you if you don't have these exact ones. Not a big deal.
Are you going to introduce your brushes tonight too?
Yeah, let's go over the brushes really quick. I've got a number 6 Filbert for the background. These are all Princeton brushes. This is a 6100 series, the long green handles. Filbert number 6 in the Velvet Touch. So that's funny. They're both the same number, but they're quite a different size. Same brand, different lines. I've got a 3/8 inch and a 1/4 inch angle brush. Probably the 1/4 inch brush will be doing most of the work for the flower. And then I'll have a number 1 round for some of the smaller details, and a trusty fan brush for some splattering, because we have to splatter.
No comment. There's no reason to splatter these flowers.
I think it does. I think it needs it.
Whatever. Now you're just splattering stuff just to splatter.
I may have to wait to the end, though, and splatter all 12 of them at the same time. That probably would be better, because that way they'd all have the same kind of color and same color splatter pattern. So.
Well, I know that will keep Dave then for the whole year.
He'll be ready to come back for that. Huh? Okay, so our little picture today here, this little guy, our vase is almost about the same size as that is one big flower. So I'm just going to kind of judge that. It's come up from the bottom a little bit and do an oval for our little vase. It's got a little kind of a flattened bottom, and then it's a little bit off center. This really, you can't get this wrong. This is just pretty much pretty easy. Okay. Then our flower is going to be a big circle about the same size as that here. And then there's another one that kind of stuffed up right here. And another one off to the side here. And then another one tucked in back here. And another big one right here coming off the edge right this way. Okay. So there's our basic composition. And we're just going to start filling in the background really quick. I'm going to go ahead and just paint around this. I kind of was debating doing a background color for all of them, but I just decided to go ahead and paint around it this time. So I wanted to use a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of carbon black, and some white, and will give us like a warm gray color. I think that'll be our background color for all these flowers. Just this gray neutral palette. I think that'll be a nice, just dark enough so the lighter flowers can be seen against it. So kind of a light medium gray color, and hopefully we'll be able to get it close on the other canvases. And if you want to, if you know you're going to be painting the whole series, you could do all of them with this color to start with, you know, and that's probably what I would suggest doing, and that way they all match, and you know they're all going to go together. And I'm going to go ahead and leave some kind of lighter and darker spots in there just for some sort of interest, and just dabbing over the edges of this carnations. The edges are ruffled, so I'm just going to go over my lines just a little bit so that I make sure that I have this color filled in all around my flowers.
Sorry, I was answering science questions over here.
Oh, that's okay.
Which was a good question, so other people may want to know about it.
All right.
They asked, what does phthalo mean?
Oh, phthalocyanine, I think.
Yes, man, you are smart.
More long term.
Yeah. And it's a greenish blue crystalline dye of the porphyrin group.
Of the what?
Porphyrin group. Porphyrin.
Did not need to know that.
Its chemical formula is C32H18N8. And you never know, that might be a bonus question sometime in the future for, you know, giveaways or something. But
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
That's one of the questions to get into your group. That.
Right.
And the wing velocity of
it. Yeah. Just stop while we're ahead here.
Oh, well, then we would have stopped before we even started.
Right. I didn't mix up enough of them to do the sides all the way, I don't think, but we'll try to get it on there. Be a little bit lighter color in the front. And I'm just going to slap that on. You really could do the sides any color you wanted to if you wanted them to be a different contrasting color. I've done them before where I did the front, you know, a solid color or, you know, color like this, and then did the sides black, and that makes it look kind of like it's framed almost. So, you know, I would say just do what kind of seems good to you. I think anything, even a metallic would be pretty. You could paint this on and then go back over it with silver and make the sides kind of metallic, like a metallic frame. Whatever. Oh, was I off camera there?
No.
Okay.
Just having a hard time focusing.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going fast here. Just going to try to get that paint on there.
Somebody did say in one of the last videos that you move your hand so fast, they thought it was a time lapse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so there's our little canvas to start.
I just explained you were a robot.
Cleaned out. Clean out this brush. It's from all those years of doing commissions, of doing, getting paid by the hour.
Yeah.
You know?
By the piece.
By the piece, yeah. Like the faster I painted it, the more I'd make. All right, so let's go ahead and mix up some background color for our carnations here. I'm going to grab a pretty good amount of this Quinacridone Magenta, and I've got my number 6 Filbert, the smaller velvet toucher now. And then I'm going to grab some purple, just a little bit, and some carbon black. Make a really deep magenta red. Purpley red. Okay. I think that's probably pretty good. Might go a little bit more black. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to tap that on in the centers. Wherever I see this darkest, really deep dark, this is a small picture here, but you can see these little pockets of really dark kind of towards the middle of each of these flowers. This one's over here, this one's right here. So I'm just going to put this color in there. It doesn't have to be all over because I don't want to have to fight to cover it up, but I do want it in a few places on these flowers so that when we put our darker colors on top, it has some contrast. Okay, and then I'm going to put some in between because there's some dark spots in between our flowers. All right, that's good. All right, so now I'm going to grab some Quinacridone Magenta and Cadmium Red, like a bright cherry red. And I'm going to put that around the sides. Not quite all the way to the edge, but almost. I'm just going to try to fill in all of this white spots that are still left in the middle. And these are going to be fairly loose. I'm not going to make them, you know, super ultra realistic. Well, you can zoom back in now, hon. I'm pretty far away there. Okay. All right, let that dry, and we'll put it in our vase. So I'm going to grab that turquoise. And a little bit of white. There we go. Add just a teeny tiny bit of the burnt sienna to tone it down a little bit so it's not so bright. The burnt sienna will just kind of neutralize it just slightly. I'm going to add a little bit more green. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to leave that darker color, and then I'm going to mix up some lighter color. We'll start with the lighter color, fill that in with the lighter color first. Maybe even grab some of that unbleached titanium so it has a little bit of a yellow undertone there. I can hear you crunching over there. What are you eating?
Cookies. So since I've been home, I've eaten 2 leftover cherry turnovers from Sunday. Some Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips.
Right.
And now some Pepperidge Farm Linzer cookies.
Eating well.
Yeah, I'm going to start a health channel on YouTube.
That's so.
Yeah, for good dieting. And doctor's going to refer everybody to my channel of what not to do. So.
That sounds about right. I'm going to add a little bit of red to this, and this outline right here I'm going to do with some of that red color right there, and a little bit up in here. Okay. So far it doesn't look like much, but we're going to hopefully get it there. So I'm going to switch to my angle brush now. This is the 1/4 inch angle. I don't think we're going to need the larger one. It's just a small canvas, so I'm not sure if we're going to need that after all. And I'm going to grab some burnt sienna and some yellow oxide. Mix those two together. Add some of this red. This will be our shadow color for some of these outer edge petals. I'm just going to go ahead and tap that on in between some of these. There's this kind of deep reddish gold color. Okay. Clean quinacridone, or clean white, and a little bit of quinacridone on the back side. Make a light pink. Here, grab a little bit more white there. All right. So now we're going to start to make our petals. So I'm going to make that pink, and then I'm going to dip the tip in there to pick up some fresh white and kind of blend them so that I have both colors on my brush at once. So I have a little bit of the darker pink back here, and then the very tip of the brush will be brighter white. And then I'm just going to start at the edge and start doing little zigzaggy lines, just using the tip of the brush. Like this. It's pretty much the easiest way, I think, to do these carnations. I kind of debated different ways of doing it because, you know, they're really kind of a complicated flower. If you look at them closely, you know, they've got a lot going on, a lot of colors and things happening, a lot of petals. Right, so just going to zigzaggy, and when we get to the middle, these ones are just kind of coming straight up, so we're just going to see like some lines kind of coming straight up at us. Not a whole lot of the pink, just a little bit. So I'm going to go back in and kind of add a little bit of the pink to these middle parts here. There we go. Cashmere wants in. Why do you even try to lock her out? She does this every time.
Turn off the air.
Hi, Father. I'm back. Did you miss me?
Okay, so you went with a smaller canvas. Mm-hmm. Is it because you're going to be doing a series of 12 and you wanted to be able to group them?
Wanted to be able to what?
Group them together? Or?
Yeah, that's why. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want, you know, if you just want to do one, you could totally do this on a larger canvas or whatever size, you know, works for you. So you don't have to do this size. And the smaller canvases work nicely for Tuesday nights. So I thought this would be a good Tuesday night series to do. It'd be fun to do all year long. I actually wanted to do Flowers of the Month last year, but I didn't realize we were painting the flower of the month of May. We'd already missed a couple months, is what I'm saying. So last year, by the time I thought of this idea, so I had to wait all year long to do this. So just wiggling.
I'm with you for all 12.
Thanks, son.
You're welcome. We're going to film them all tonight, right?
We're going to what?
Film them all tonight and then just... Oh, wait, we can't. Our show's on. We can't do that.
Oh, yeah, because they're going to find something tonight on Oak Island, I'm sure.
Of course.
Tonight's going to be the night. Hasn't happened yet, but it's bound to happen one of these days. All right, so just wiggle in. I did this one a little bit looser. I think I like it better, so I'm going to do these other ones a little bit looser and just do them with a darker pink to start with, and then I'm going to go over it with the white later.
Did you say if the 12 will all have the matching background?
Yeah, I said I think we'll do this gray, because it'll be dark enough for the light colors like the white, but then, it won't overpower. I think the gray will go with everything pretty well.
So is that a mixed gray?
Yes, it was burnt umber and black and carbon black and then titanium white.
So we're going to get to see your mixing skills over 12 months.
I know.
See how well they match.
Well, I'm sure they won't exactly, but we'll get it close as we can.
I was thinking you just paint all 12 of them at one time.
That's what you obviously were not listening at all to the beginning of this.
Have you been talking?
I had just said exactly that they probably would want to paint all 12 if they're going to do all of them.
And so what flower is this?
I'm not talking to you anymore. Mixing up some of my darker color here. I don't like how dark it is on some of these, so I'm going to just tone it down. What are you laughing at now?
Lady Fair said, husbands listen. Ha 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 ha.
She obviously feels my pain there.
I resemble that mark. Hey, where's that painting again over there in the corner? I'll go find it for you real quick.
Okay. I don't think we put it back yet, so it should still be sitting out there somewhere.
Yeah, it is.
Facing you. Okay, just wiggling. There we go. These are actually pretty fun to paint. Just kind of wiggle these little shapes in. You just want to leave some dark area in the middle. There you go. All right, now we're going to grab that white. We'll go back in and try to add some white tips to some of these. Like I said, the ones in the middle are going to be kind of almost like straight zigzaggy lines, almost like little lines, and then as we get out towards the outer edges, you're going to see more of the petal shape, outline of the petal a little bit. Just on a few of these outside ones, though, really the ones, as soon as they start overlapping, you're kind of losing the petal shape, and they just turn into these little crisscrossing zigzag lines, which is really kind of fun to just look at your picture and try to isolate. It helps kind of if you squint a little bit. That makes it doesn't make sense, but really I'm looking at the brightest areas here, and that's what I'm trying to replicate. So I've already got kind of the reds and things down in there. Now I'm just trying to get these brightest colors in there. And I can switch now. I think I'll try with the liner with the round brush and see if it works a little bit better. I'm going to use that with the white. Get some water on there so that it flows smoothly. And use it to do these little white tipped petals that are so closely packed. Be a little easier than with that brush we were using.
And you're going to have plenty of time for Stickman tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to get a flower of the month?
He'll go with his dress, I guess.
That's a good answer. I like that.
Is it going to be a corsage?
Corsage. Maybe you make him a corsage. It's awesome.
Or paint 12 different flowers on the dress.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Good idea, honey. Is he going to last all year long, though? I'm going to have to make him last all year long. Usually doesn't last 12 months.
Well, at the rate that we've been painting on them.
That's true. I haven't been very good about...
No, you haven't been supporting my art. I'm here for you all the time, but you just won't support mine.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's why everybody's joining.
Really?
Because they heard about Stickman on the street.
And they wanted to...
They want to see it for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Grabbing some cadmium red here. Going to go in here and just add some red. Use a cadmium red and quinacridone combo. Makes that really bright cherry red color. Okay. Fun.
But is it cute?
It is cute.
Okay.
It's cute because it's small. I'm going to let that set and dry a little bit. And then we'll come back in and shadow some of the edges so that it'll give it a little bit more dimension, because right now they're looking a little bit flat. So just give it a little bit of a glazes over the top here, and I think that'll help kind of push some of the petals back and pull some forward. And probably add a little bit more white at the very end too. So, all right, well, let me try this one. Well, no, I think the smaller one is probably better. Let's go ahead.
I think that's a better idea.
With the 1/4 inch angle still. I'm just going to clean this out really well. So let's put in our green stems. I'm going to use a little bit of the phthalo green and our yellow oxide here. And there is a little bit of green in between some of these flowers too, so I'm just going to pop in a little bit of green there. Go ahead and put in our stems, and I'm going to, this up here is really dark, so I'm going to go ahead and grab phthalo and burnt umber and do up in here really dark. Okay, 1, 2, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just making sure I'm getting the right number of stems there. So, actually, I probably shouldn't use the liner brush here. Okay, and then I'm going to grab that phthalo, a little bit of white, and put our little ring of water right here. Curved line. right below. And a little bit above. Okay.
It is pointed out that in the reference picture, there's a whole bunch of stems.
I know.
It's probably from the flowers on the backside.
Ah, okay. We'll add more then. Good idea. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. You're right.
I didn't either. Somebody else much smarter than
You're
us
smarter,
did.
smarter. Smarty pants. Okay. Good thinking.
Good job, Karen.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and... This whole area is really dark up in here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that phthalo. All right, let's just start over on these. They're really actually pretty indistinct up here in the top part anyway, so I'm just going to put them in there, and then I'm going to use this lighter color and just offset a little bit wherever we do the stems get distorted by the water so they don't look quite the same as they come through. It's a lot shorter. Okay. Just different little stems there. Grab some of the unbleached titanium, add a little bit of it to the stems here and there. You can add a little bit of this lighter green to yeah, I got a little water drop on there.
Now we got to start over again.
Yeah, we'll just...
Okay. Good save.
Thanks. Okay. And I'm really keeping these fairly messy. You can tell that I'm not like trying to be perfect about it. And that way it gives it that. If we did this like ultra realistic and we've got all of this kind of, you know, sort of impressionist style, it wouldn't look good together. So going back in and just making sure they all kind of have the same feeling. I'm darkening up again a little bit with that dark turquoise. And just adding a few bits of dark turquoise on there. Wash my brush out and pull it up. Using that darker green there. All right, and we're going to switch back over to this brush. I'm not sure if that's dry enough yet, but we'll try it. Let's grab some of that darker turquoise and do that line again right here. Should be just a little bit darker than what we've got there. So we can tell there's kind of a water line. Grab a little bit of white. Mix that with my turquoise. A little bit on top right there. I may have gone down too low. Let me bring that up just a little bit. This is not dipping down quite so low. There we go. Okay, let's go back up into here because this needs to dry before we glaze over anything. We're going to be glazing over this to push it back. All right, so let's glaze over these to give them some depth. I'm going to use a little bit of the cadmium yellow and some, got my glazing liquid here. Grab a little bit of that burnt sienna mixture. That had burnt sienna, quinacridone, and yellow oxide. Mixing a little bit brighter yellow into it. And I'm going to do some of these shadow ones have a little bit of yellow in them. So I'm going to throw that in here. Just transparent color. And if it's too obvious, then you've done it too thick. So if your color is not see-through and you're seeing a line where it starts and stops, and you just need to add a little bit more of the glazing liquid or more water so that it's more transparent. Okay, I've got like a lime green here that I've mixed with some cadmium, a little bit of yellow oxide, and that phthalo green. And these ones over there have a little bit of that. And let's use some of that color down in here too. Some of our stems. Alright, and then I'm going to use some of the quinacridone. A little bit of this darker purple color. Just a little bit of the darker purple, mostly quinacridone. I'm gonna clean. So I've got the wet paint on there. I've tapped off my brush so it's not super thick with paint. I'm just going to go in here and glaze some color over the top. Mostly kind of the sides or wherever I see a shadow in my picture here. So the edges of the flower will have a little shadow usually, or wherever they're overlapping, like on this one here. This is overlapped by 3 different petals, or 3 different flowers. This one's being overlapped on two sides here, so just using that glazing, push back some of those edges. There we go.
Now, forgive me if you've already said this.
Okay.
Are you going to be adding the petals and table reflection and all that?
I'm not going to use the table reflection, no.
Okay.
Because
I'm asking for a friend.
well, just because I'm not going to be doing it in the other paintings, so I just didn't think that it would work. So no, I'm not going to do that. All right, so adding more rounded little section here. This is the thinned out Phthalo Turquoise. A little bit on that side. But we really do need a little shadow on here, so I think I will do a little bit of the turquoise down below, but I may just kind of do it off to the side a little bit.
Okay.
Just to give it a little...
Somebody would like to know, what does it mean by glazing?
Glazing is just thinned out paint that we're putting on in a thin layer over the top of another layer. So we're... And I'm just making sure that our edges here are kind of faded out right here on our transparent layer. I don't want...
But glazing is much better on donuts, right?
Exactly.
That's what I thought.
But that's the idea. I mean, that's what, basically it's just a transparent layer of paint. Okay, so I'm going to grab the Zinc White, which is a transparent white. I'm going to use my glazing liquid here. You could use water instead if you don't have glazing liquid. I'm going to grab some Phthalo Turquoise and just a little bit of the yellow oxide to make it a little bit more green. So I have a transparent color here, and I'm going to go over. I need more white because I want it to be thin or like faded. Kind of, you can see there how that's working. Okay. Kind of obscures it, softens it. I'm going to grab some white. Well, let's grab some unbleached titanium. I'm going to use it underneath right here. What?
Someone would like to know that if they don't want to do a gray background,
Yes.
do you have any suggestions for other colors?
I think yellow would be pretty. I think this unbleached titanium would be pretty. White would be, really like kind of stark but pretty. Yeah, there's any number. Pink would be pretty. I think if you picked a color that we're already using in these tutorials, I think any of those colors would be acceptable, or work well as a background color. I wouldn't pick a color that, like a hot, I don't know, just like, something that's way out there that's
Neon green?
Right, that's not like in the rest of the paintings. I wouldn't pick something like that. That wouldn't work with the rest of the thing. Pick something that'll unify them. That you can use in all of them. Okay, let's use the titanium white. Well, let's use zinc white first, just straight zinc white. And I'm going to put in a couple of transparent highlights right there. And then we'll put the titanium white over the top in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and grab some zinc, or some of the Phthalo Turquoise there and do another sharper line right there with it. Right on that water line and down. And a little bit underneath here. Grab some Zinc White, Unbleached Titanium. Gonna go along here, this side. Put a kind of a highlight there. I'm trying not to go too detailed here. I'm kind of getting a little detailed stuff. Okay. And then bright titanium white. There and there. There we go. And then I'm going to go back in and just kind of okay, let's do another layer of our white highlights on our flowers and we'll be done, I think. Pretty quick today. And I'm using the #1 liner again. #1 round. This will pull forward all of those petals that we pushed back with our shadow. So I don't want to go in too far into my shadow areas, but there are some highlighted areas that are kind of poking through. So try to catch those.
So we just went so fast, we never said hi to everybody.
Oh, I know.
Or welcome, or thank you for joining us tonight.
Sorry.
So towards the end, we'll say hi. Welcome to the channel. Hope you glad you found us. We've been waiting for you. I mean, I was just telling Angela the other night, I wonder when they're going to show up. And now here you are. Even if you're in the future. Because we have ESPN.
All right.
What? No?
You're being weird. Dial it back.
That's nothing new. Oh, okay. All right, less weird. Got it. So I hope that you hit the thumbs up if you like the video and hit the subscribe button. Check out our channel. 300 some on videos of all different skill levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. And if that ain't enough for you, you can check her out with Patreon. Sign up for Patreon there. And this past Sunday, she did a lighthouse that was pretty good. Just
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah. But
I'll show it here in a minute.
yeah. So with the patreon.com/AngelaFineArt, the $1 level is for access to the traceables, which this will have a traceable either later tonight or tomorrow. And traceables going all the way back to February 2017. $5 level is that plus access to the bonus video that we just talked. And people have asked about, do they get access just to that video? No, they get access to all the bonus videos.
Right.
So they can do that. And then the $10 level is all of that plus also access to a private Facebook group where...
Using some purple here. Some of that quinacridone, sorry.
No, that's okay. Where she does polls and And people post their art, and also there's an additional tutorial that usually spans 3 or 4 weeks. In that group, a little bit more detailed stuff. So check it out, and we thank you for everybody who's been supporting Angela on Patreon.
Amazing.
It's absolutely incredible. And also, real quick, you click the show more below this video. It's got a list of all the materials that she's using, links to the brush guys, Amazon,
Yes.
all the social media. Check it out.
Yes.
And back to our regularly scheduled program.
I'm going to put a few of the little petals down here. I just loaded quinacridone and white on my brush here, both of them. Just do a few little petals there. And I think we're about done. Pretty happy with that. So if you lost some dark areas, which I have kind of covered up too much of my dark, you can go back in with the purple and kind of touch it in some of these areas here if you need to, purple and quinacridone. I didn't go as dark. I don't think we needed the black in there. I probably would have just done the purple and quinacridone because that black kind of made it too dark, I think. So just FYI. All right, I think we're good. That's fun. It definitely looks like a carnations, I think, still, but still kind of soft and a little bit impressionistic style-ish, like, hopefully.
Stick
Oh,
man.
okay.
I even got you to say it.
All right.
The reluctant painter.
We'll give him a carnation on
Oh
his
my
dress.
gosh, that's scary. I don't know if that's... We might have to blur that out. Stickman's coming disturbing.
He's getting a carnation on his dress right there. Okay. First of 12. Yeah, I don't want him knocking on my door. That's all I'm saying.
That is one nightmare.
Yeah. I feel like I want to do a little highlight right along here. There we go. Just kind of reinforce that curve there. Actually, I'm going to do it all the way from the top down right there. Okay, that'll help. All righty, let me sign it. And I'm using my Sakura FB Pigma pen. FB just means fine black, I think, or fine something, I don't know. That's that pen, it's waterproof. Makes it really easy to do these.
And
all right, I am splattering this. I don't care what you say.
And those links.
I'm going to use white to splatter, and I think that'll
We've had a couple of people
be easy
ask
enough.
about in the Facebook group about the pen, so you have links to that in your
Yeah, it's
Amazon
in
store.
it's in my Amazon store. Yep.
Right next to the
I
palette
think it's
paper.
2-pack pens.
2-pack?
2-pack.
2-pack pens?
2-pack pens.
Not the wrapper.
Right, not the wrapper.
But yeah, and like I said, it's right next to the link to the Gray Matters palette paper that she uses.
And then I
too.
might do black at the very, very end, but that'll be all for today. We'll do a little bit white. Oh, cute. Cue the cowbell. There's our lighthouse that we did on Sunday, I guess. So it turned out pretty good. That was almost 4 hours video. That was our bonus video for January for the Patreon $5 folks. $5 and higher.
4 hours for $5. Shut the front door. Okay.
He turned out cute. I like him.
I'm waiting for my
Cute.
information pop up here for our 2 super chatters.
You can zoom back in there, hon. Or
You can zoom in.
there, I did it myself.
No. The first one was from Lady Fair. She says, I love this series.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much, Lady.
I'm excited about it too. I'm glad you guys are looking
And-
forward to it.
Yeah. And then the second one was from Carol. There was no special message, but I'm sure that she really appreciates everything that the camera and audio guy's doing. So
Thank you, Carol.
you're welcome,
Lady Fair.
Carol.
All right, guys. Thanks. One down, 11 to go. Looking forward to this. I already can tell I'm really going to like it. This is a fun little series. So really fun little canvases. So we will be back on Saturday. We've got, what are we doing Saturday?
I'm looking that up. You'd think I'd be prepared by now.
I'm doing horses. Is it horses?
You are
Ooh, those white horses. I've been wanting to do those for months. They've been on my to-do list.
Horses, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And that's going to be on a big canvas. I'm going to do it on I think a 16 by 16 inch canvas.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe a 16 by, maybe 16 by 20, but it's going to be a big one. So
nice.
Very nice. We're going to get the biggest that I can fit on camera. So, because I want to hang it in my house. I want to do it big this time. So
That's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. All right. So hope you guys join us for that. I'm just going to start with the white background. I'm not going to paint anything special on the background. So you might, if you're going to be painting along, you might prep your canvas with the white background on your horse painting.
Yeah, and the video's already, the link to the video is already posted.
Yes.
So they can go and set a reminder if they want to.
Right. Yep. There's a little bell thing that you can click on and it'll remind you, send you a reminder, or just put it in your phone like I have to do. So.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.